Cataclysm has somewhat of a bad reputation for being the first expansion that kind of ruined leveling. Now leveling's just some task that you have to complete. It takes minimal amount of time to get it done, and you just rush through it to get to the end game because that's where the content is. But let me tell you that if you want to enjoy the leveling, you still can enjoy the leveling. Like, sure, you can just spam dungeons from 1 to 85, like you can do that. But if you actually want to enjoy the world and all the new questing content that they've added in Cataclysm, then questing's definitely the way to go, man. It's so relaxing and peaceful, honestly. You just sit back, chill, and just go from quest hub to quest hub in Cataclysm, and it's really nice. It still poses a challenge. There's certain mobs that will take you down, but trust me, you still can die if you haven't got the right defensive or offensive cooldowns and you pull too many mobs. Another big win of Cataclysm is the talent trees, man. The talent trees are shortened and everything feels so impactful. So every time that you do get a talent point, which isn't every level anymore, but when you do get a talent point, each talent point that you put in, it really makes a significant difference. The quests are a lot more varied now in Cataclysm as well. So rather than just kill 8 of those bad guys and then go loot 10 fucking flowers for me, there's other quests that are mixed in there, like this quest, for example, which you turn into a quest giver. And granted, it's not like the most fun thing in the world, but it breaks up the monotony of, you know, kill 10 of those guys and get me fucking 15 flowers. So it's a nice little balance between that. There are some super engaging quests, like the Plants vs Zombie one, which is actually in this area, which you'll see coming up in a second. I love doing that. That shit was way harder than I remember it being as well, man. Like, maybe it's my old boomer brain, but trying to keep up with all that shit and clicking all the little sun things that come down, and wow, that was a hard ass quest, but rewarded you nicely. Like, you got a fat amount of XP for it. It was super fun to do. And I got this little flower guy right here, and that little zombie on your lawn thing you keep saying, bro, I swear to God, that shit's stuck in my head, man. But yeah, the little dude's dope, right? It's just a cool little thing. I like it, man. Put a smile on my face anyway, as you can see. So I decided to mix it up a little bit after that zone and went and did some dungeons, man. Dungeons was dope because, like I say, you get access to a lot of your cleave abilities as a warrior earlier on now, which is fucking sick. So I'm just running in there, just smashing everybody up. Not be long till I get sweeping strikes. I've got cleave, you've got thunderclap as well. If you put a couple of points in it as well, there's a top talent on in the prot tree on the very right, and that lets you spread your rend by using thunderclap, and thunderclap actually hits pretty hard as well. And with the changes to cleave and heroic strike now, where they're no longer on your next swing, it's actually just off your global cooldown, but they do share a cooldown, so you choose whether you want to single target heroic strike or whether you want to cleave, right? And with that, you can charge, rend, thunderclap and cleave in the same global cooldown, and that's going to spread your rend to everything. You're going to cleave everything. You molt strike, cleave on the next global cooldown. It feels great, man. Honestly, it's super smooth to play, and you really do just truck things down. But don't get it twisted, mobs hit hard, man. So if you pull aggro, you're going to fucking know about it. The tanks are under a lot of stress. The healers are under a lot of stress. Like the whole run, I don't care how good you guys are, even if you're decked in full heirlooms, you guys are still going to get trucked, and you're still going to have to pay attention to what you're doing, even in these low level dungeons, because the mobs hit hard, man. So after seeing that, I had to give it a try. So I went and ran SM, got myself a nice little shield, got myself 100 sword, and I went straight into Scholarmance. Bro, this shit was hard. Like, we died so many times, man. Like this Herald motherfucker right here, god damn. This dude's for a quest, and you summon him with this little fire. Killed us once, so we came back strong. We was like, yes, we've got it this time. I got disarmed, I got fucked, I can't block, I can't do nothing. Bam, wipes us again. This guy's got me shouting for the Lord and Savior himself, bro. Like, we needed some backup here. And finally, with 2 people dead, we slayed the Herald, man, and it felt good. Like it always does, right? But don't worry, because I can just mass res, right? Because it's Cataclysm. It's another great thing. You get mass res, which again, people don't like, but why would you not like it? It's just so convenient, bro. Like in previous expansions, you would just do the same thing. Like a healer would try and fucking dip and then just res everyone one by one, and then drink and then res another person and drink and res another person. What a nightmare. Like, it's not good gameplay. Like, it's not good. Just press mass res and res everybody and let's carry on raiding. Like, that's just better. These small quality of life things are what makes it better. Like, granted, Blizzard went too far with the quality of life changes, and we are where we are today with retail, and it's fucking dog shit. Like, I don't like retail. Let me just put that out there, because it's gone too far the other way. But there's a balance, man. There's somewhere in the middle where we've got the classic feel to the game, but it comes with quality of life changes that just make things better. And as for protection in this expansion, it feels great, man. Honestly, like doing these dungeons and stuff, it feels solid. You've got Revenge that cleaves enemies and hits super hard the same way it did in Wrath. You've now got Cleave off the global cooldown, which, as I previously stated, feels amazing. It just makes it feel super smooth. You've got Thunderclap spreading your rend to multiple targets. And all of those abilities at this point in the game, we're only around level 40 right now, so we're not even halfway there. And tanks in Cataclysm unlock something called Vengeance just by picking the tanking spec for any of the classes that are tanking specs available to. So like Blood Death Knight, Guardian Druid, etc, etc. You get Vengeance, and the way Vengeance works is pretty insane, honestly. So as you're getting hit, the more damage you receive, the higher your Vengeance stacks, and Vengeance gives you attack power, which makes you hit super hard. Like if you look through these dungeons, I'm always topping meters, especially on AoE pools. Like you start trucking things, and abilities that don't normally hit that hard, they're kind of there for another reason. Example would be Devastate to stack Thunder and Armor, right? But when you get your Vengeance stacked up, Devastate crits just wreck shit, man. It feels great. Everything feels super great to press, especially when you get your Vengeance stacked up. So after finishing Scholarmance, doing more questing, doing a few battlegrounds, I eventually hit level 60. At level 60 on this server, you get some mail that instantly makes you level 80 because they didn't script Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King content. Makes sense. Everybody's been doing it for forever. So you move straight on to level 80. Level 80, we do all the quests. I did a few zones. Decided to try Arms out to see how good it is in dungeons. And holy shit, check this cleave out, man. Now that's what it's all about, man. I love an easy cleave rotation. Like there's nothing worse to me than like complicated cleave rotations. It's annoying. I just want to press a couple of buttons and see numbers fly all over my screen. And on the Arms Warrior, literally all you've got to do is charge in, pop Sweeping Strikes and Blade Storm. You can Rend and Thunderclap and spread it if you're talented for that. On top of that, Cleave in there as well, then Blade Storm. But honestly, charge, Sweeping Strikes, Blade Storm, GG. You're topping them meters every time, man. It's fucking legit. So finally, I hit 85 after digging from a quest in Deep Home. Happy fucking days. I managed to get nearly a full set of PvP gear whilst leveling just from doing the odd battleground here and there. Like you get a ton of honor from doing battlegrounds, which is great, and I enjoy doing them. So especially at low level, it's always fun where people have only got a certain amount of abilities, and hitting those different brackets and seeing the different classes of power spikes is always fun. So we took that full set of PvP gear. Obviously we went into some heroics straight off the bat, started cleaving people down, bro. This shit was super fun, honestly. Warriors, Arms Warriors in particular, S tier for DPS from the start all the way to the end of the expansion. You can see why in this clip. Just annihilate stuff, man. Honestly, like you've always got a button to press and you're constantly dealing damage. It's sustained damage and you've got a ton of burst damage with your cooldowns as well. So to finish this video off, here's me cleaving down a fucking DK, and then here's me in a feral taking on an army of people that seems to never end and eventually leads to our demise, but it was fun while it lasted. But yeah, man, Cataclysm, it's great to level in. The questing's great, the dungeons are great, the PvP and all the different brackets are great. Also, something I will add is that the brackets in PvP are split up, so it's not like 30 to 39 all in one bracket. It splits halfway, so it's like 30 to 34 and then 35 to 39, so it splits a lot nicer, and it stops that huge power gap that happens if you queue at like level 30 and there's a 39 player and you miss everything and he resists everything and you just get fucking stomped. That doesn't happen anymore. So TLDR, Cataclysm's leveling is amazing in every aspect. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So now I'm going to go carry on cleaving some kids down on my warrior. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit this video with a thumbs up if you did enjoy. If you didn't enjoy, then just fuck knows, I guess, give it a thumbs down or just don't do anything. That'd be great. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what class you're looking forward to playing in Cataclysm. I'm curious as to what most people are looking forward to playing. Maybe I'll cover that in a future video and level and try that class out myself. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next video.